the first thing I do notice with this bike is the screen. I'm a lot more canted forward on this bike for a start, so that's a bit of a bad point as far as I'm concerned. Straight away I felt more comfortable on the MT07. Obviously the engine characteristics are totally different. Quite that lorry and a half stink. His brakes are binding, or his wheels rubbing, or something. So what I have noticed about this screen is it's very small. The rev counter part is very small. It's on its brightest setting. In fact, it looks a bit better now than it did. I don't know why. Looking for another gear there. Obviously it's quite revvy, so I'm used to suspension is a lot better than the MT07. You feel that straight away. Brakes, yeah, brakes are pretty good. There's way too much play on the throttle for me. Look at that. I pretty much like zero play on my throttle. Gearbox is a lot better than the MT07. Can feel that straight away as well. But I'm searching for another gear again there, look. Certainly feels more planted, not quite so flappy on the front end, so a totally different bike really. Obviously hardly any engine braking. Yes, it's nice, but I am canted forward quite a lot, a bit more than probably I would like. It almost needs different bars on it and bar end risers on it, for me anyway. If they were up another, you know, they want to be up another, well, for me to be upright, my arms are straight out. For me to be upright, my elbows are locked out. I think it's as nice in traffic. You have to stir the gearbox up a little bit more. Now the screen's going bright. The screen's going dim, bright, dim, bright, dim, bright. I don't know why that is. can't make my mind up about this bike at all. It's very typically Honda, really, I guess. Doesn't really kind of float your boat, you know what I mean. Suspension, I would say, is a little bit firmer actually than the MT07, which is a good thing, I guess, but depends on what sort of roads you're riding and speed you're doing, and yeah, I can't make my mind up. Let's go and get some gas. Actually, it feels a little bit better at speed. I'm not sure about this fucking screen though. Seems to be flickering, like dim to dark, dim to dark. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know whether it's my angle or what's happening. Gearbox is so much slicker than the MT07. And I'm in top now, and it sort of pulls, you know, when you open the throttle, so can't complain. The torque is sort of there. Cylinder, so it's a screamer. Blisteringly fast in a high rev range. I cannot see this dial at all. The revs are really difficult to see. Everything is really difficult to see. Very, very disappointing, that screen. Like I said before, that's on the brightest setting. Totally different bike, totally different characteristics of the twin cylinder. It feels a lot more refined though, I must admit. The Honda do build a slightly better refinement, is that the right word? Finish. It's a more refined finish, more polished than the Yamaha. The Yamaha certainly felt, you know, more budget. Yeah, that screen is really, really disappointing. The seat's quite hard. Probably the same firmness as the MT07. although it looks more comfortable to look at, to actually sit on and ride, it's not. I am more canted forward, definitely, than the MT07. Now some people prefer that. I must admit I would rather be more upright. Although when you get a bit more spirited with it, I'm sure the canted forward position is better. But as far as I'm concerned, you can always lean forward if you want. Or get your hands over the bars. I mean, I tend to like my elbows up and sort of hang over the top of the bars when I'm riding more spirited. Looking for another gear again. Wanker fucking moving out like that. Certainly feels a bit better at speed, this bike. I'll certainly feel more comfortable riding this at speed. But it actually feels like, I mean, I was surprised then. I thought I was doing a lot faster than I was. This bike sort of gives you the feeling that you're going faster. The MT07, you kind of look down at the speedo and you think, fucking hell, am I doing that speed? And you slow down. With this, I looked down at the speedo and thought, oh, I thought I was going faster than what I actually am. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's just an observation of mine. Bloody difficult to see what revs you're doing, and really difficult. You can't even see the red line. I don't really look at the revs that much because I ride by my ear rather than looking at a rev counter, but that's pretty disappointing considering that's Honda. Difficult question though, whether I would buy, if I was in the market, whether I would buy the Honda or the Yamaha. It's kind of horses for horses, I guess. But I am kind of, I've ridden 4-cylinder bikes most of my life. Then I got the triple, the Triumph triple, and I had the Yamaha XSR, the 900 before that. Beautiful engine that is. Then I traded that in for the Triumph. The only twin I've had was a Ducati ST4, which was alright. So I don't know whether I could go back to a 4 or not on a brand new bike, as opposed to some of these lovely twins and these fucking cyclists, look, wankers. They're so eco-friendly, aren't they? Look at all these lorries stuck behind them, look, chugging away in first gear. Yes, we're saving the planet on our bike. Well, here's some news. You're not. So yeah, difficult bloody choice really, good grief. That's why I say I'd like to get back on the Yamaha after riding this. I didn't really get long enough on Yamaha really. He was a bit pushed. And it's quite a popular demo bike. They're quite happy for me to have this Honda all day. So obviously not that popular for a demo bike. I think with my hand on my heart, I'd have to go with the Yamaha, especially with that 260-degree firing order of that engine. Okay, you've got the buttery smooth 4-cylinder Honda, the fit and finish of the Honda, apart from this fucking useless screen. I'm going to hang a left up here, I think. I'm just going to go through Henfield, but I don't think I'll bother. So yeah, but for just general, they both look really nice. I might, you know, they can't, but that's kind of emotive, isn't it? Really, the looks of a bike. They're both naked. They both look nice. But you know, I'm in fifth now, and you kind of open the throttle at 40 mile an hour. It picks up, but I do prefer that Yamaha. You can just sort of have that in top and open it up, and it just almost kind of pulls straight away. And I do like that. That suits my style of riding. Engine braking, you get a lot more of that on the Yamaha. I quite like that. On the whole, I think if I had a choice, I would pick the Yamaha. It's not a hands down thing. I think it's a purely personal choice. Engine noise is a really big part of that. I love to hear the sound of a motorcycle. That's, you know, one of the reasons why I stick a different pipe on, Adrian. The 4-cylinder sound, it's nice, yeah, but in a different kind of way. I mean, this is nice and smooth. I mean, if you like a smooth, controlled, easy. My arse is sore, by the way. Definitely get more saddle sore with this Honda. But just zipping along at 55. top gear. I can't read the revs. 4,000 revs. That's ridiculous, that tacho. I don't know what on earth they were thinking about. They could have saved so much room here. Look, they've got a massive, like, speed that you're doing. I mean, they could have just made a bigger screen, or had the red, you know, have the rev counter running from left to right, or round in a bigger dial. I mean, it's just too small. And because it's not very bright either. I mean, I'm having a real job to look at that. I've got sunglasses on, and I'm having a real job to see that. So that would be a big thing for me, to be honest, that just that dial alone. And apparently Ray set that to the highest brightness, and I still can't see it even with my sunglasses off. I'm having a job to see it, so I want to go to Brighton. Going to go to the marina, see my brother. He just bought a boat. Well, he hasn't just bought it, he bought it some time ago. He's had it on in dry dock for quite a while, and it's a wooden boat, sailboat. He lives on it when he's not in India, and he sailed it from is it Bewley, is it? I don't know, just, yeah, I think it was Bewley, something like that. Buell Water, something like that, I don't know. Stopped at Chichester for a couple of nights, I think, and then he's gone down to Brighton Marina. And he's got himself a good deal down there.